When Artemis II came home, it wasn't just a spacecraft returning to Earth. It was carrying something much more ancient than rocket fuel, a principle written into the fabric of the universe long before the first engineer ever picked up a pencil. Here is what NASA's most advanced mission just proved, without meaning to. On April 1, 2026, Artemis II launched from Kennedy Space Center in Merritt Island, Florida. 4 astronauts, 1 mission, and a rocket so powerful it shook the ground for miles. But here is what most people watching that launch never considered. By the time Orion splashed down safely in the Pacific Ocean, more than 90% of the vehicle that launched was already gone. The first to go were the solid rocket boosters, 2 massive cylinders strapped to the sides of the Space Launch System, each generating more than 3.6 million pounds of thrust. Together, they produced more power in the first 2 minutes of flight than any rocket in history. And then, they were done. At an altitude of roughly 45 kilometers, they burned out, separated, and fell away into the ocean, their job complete. Without the boosters, the core stage took over. The RS-25 engines, the same engines that once powered the space shuttle, continued pushing Orion toward orbital velocity, higher, faster, further. For days in deep space, it was the service module that kept the crew alive, providing electrical power, propulsion, oxygen, water. A quiet, invisible servant operating in the silence between the stars. But before re-entry, it too had to go. It detached from Orion and burned. Not a clean separation, not a gentle release. It was torn apart by heat exceeding 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Its materials vaporized, scattered, absorbed by the atmosphere. The boosters were sacrificed for thrust, the core stage for altitude, the service module for survival. And Orion, the only part designed to return, endured the fire that consumed everything else. I want you to stop for a moment. Think about what just happened. Every single component that made that mission possible was engineered to be left behind. The boosters didn't fail, they finished. The core stage didn't malfunction, it fulfilled. The service module didn't break down, it gave everything. NASA calls this staging, the deliberate shedding of weight so the mission can go further. They designed it this way on purpose, because they knew you cannot carry everything all the way. 2,000 years ago, Jesus said something that sounded like a riddle. John 12:24. Unless a grain of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it produces much grain. A seed, the most complete version of itself, holding everything it needs to become what it was designed to be. But it cannot produce life without first being buried, without first being broken open in the dark, without first losing the form it had. Romans 8:28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. All things, not the comfortable things, not the things that make sense in the moment. All things. The season that ended before you were ready, the friendship that couldn't go where you were going, the version of yourself you had to leave behind. All things working for your good. Isaiah 43:2. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep you over. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. Orion passed through fire, 5,000 degrees, pressure enough to destroy anything not built for it, and it came through, intact, safe.
Not because the fire wasn't real, but because Orion was built for exactly that moment. Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, mission specialists Christina Koch and Jeremy Hansen, 4 human beings who strapped themselves onto millions of pounds of controlled explosion, trusting that what fell away would do its job. They didn't mourn the boosters when they separated. They didn't grieve the core stage when it let go. They knew every separation was a sign that the mission was working. Think about that. The losses were proof of progress. There are seasons in your life right now that feel like loss. People who have moved on, doors that have closed, dreams that didn't survive the ascent. But what if you've been reading the instruments wrong? What if the separation isn't the story ending, but the mission finally beginning? God doesn't waste stages. He doesn't build something into your life by accident. Every person, every season, every version of you that had to die was doing its job. Getting you here, getting you ready, getting you to altitude. Here is what Artemis II teaches us. The mission was not the rocket. The mission was never the rocket. The rocket was the vehicle. Orion was the purpose. You are not your career. You are not your title. You are not your circumstances. Those are stages, beautiful, necessary, temporary. You are Orion, designed to endure the fire, built to survive what was meant to consume you, created to splash down on the other side, intact, fulfilled, and found. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. God knew the plan before the launch pad was built. He designed the staging before you knew you would need it. He built Orion before the fire, and he built you for exactly this moment. Welcome back, Artemis II. And welcome back to whoever needed to hear that today. This is Divine WonderLab, where science reveals what God already knew. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who is in a season of letting go. They need to know their stages are working. Subscribe to Divine WonderLab for weekly episodes where the universe points us back to God. And leave a comment below. What stage of your life is falling away right now? Tell us. We want to pray with you.